Alright, ladies and gentlemen, I'm here on the show, and I'm going to do a news video talking about the world of sports. So let's get on to it. Let's start with football. So, the Seahawks, it's stuff from Schefter here. So the Seahawks are hiring former Ravens defensive coordinator Zach Orr as their inside linebackers coach after spending 2 years leading Baltimore's defense. Orr now will rejoin Mike McDonald, this time in Seattle. Orr had interviewed for defensive coordinator jobs in recent weeks and also been requested to interview for the Ravens defensive coordinator job, but he elected to join Seattle. I know people clown Zach Orr for his work as defensive coordinator, but it's good to see he's getting a chance to learn again under Mike in Seattle. Surprised he did choose Seattle, though, over all the other interviews, but probably the best choice, honestly. A few things I want to get over from yesterday. The Bucs hired T.J. Yates as their pass game coordinator, Ken Zampese as senior offensive specialist / pass game specialist, Chandler Whitmer as quarterbacks coach, and Andrew Mitchell as assistant offensive line coach. They had promoted Tim Atkins as safeties coach, Rashad Johnson cornerbacks coach, and Chad Wade head strength conditioning coach. They also hired Marcus West as defensive line coach, Todd Bowles Jr. as defensive assistant, and Luke Smith as assistant special teams coach. So they revamped their coaching staff. The Seahawks, they signed 15 players to future contracts on Thursday, including veteran running backs Velus Jones Jr. and Cam Akers. Means technically college football, but I guess Trinidad Chambliss has been granted a 6-year of eligibility by a state court in Mississippi. Shocker, which paves the way for him playing 2026. The NCAA can appeal, probably most likely will. Man, I know he wants to take the money, man, but just go to the NFL, man. Patriots wide receiver Stephon Diggs pleaded not guilty Friday to felony strangulation and other criminal charges stemming from an alleged dispute with his personal chef. So he pleaded not guilty. We'll see how it goes in court. So the NFL informed all 32 teams today in a memo that has prevailed in its grievance versus the NFLPA and its team report cards. An arbitrator determined that the NFLPA's conduct violated the CBA in order to stop making public any future report cards. They want fans to know how the players feel about the team facilities, medical staff, etc. Just shameless. Oh, stop showing the public how bad our facilities are and how bad our food is. God forbid owners face the same public scrutiny players get weekly. Absolute nightmare if no one holds these organizations accountable. I bet you money it was probably freaking Jets that probably did this crap. So the court ruled today in Brian Flores, Steve Wilkes, and Ray Horton's ongoing discrimination case against the NFL that all the coaches' respective claims that previously had been compelled to arbitration now can proceed in open court. So the U.S. District Court ruling that the ongoing discrimination case basically against the NFL can proceed in open courts, basically the thing here. Ravens director of football strategy / assistant quarterbacks coach Daniel Stern is leaving Baltimore to accept a job with the Seattle Seahawks, possibly as their pass game strategist, but he is off to Seattle. The Bills have hired former veteran head coach John Fox as a senior assistant, and they announced the hiring of like 20 assistants to their coaching staff. I'm not going to read them all. Patriots quarterbacks coach Ashton Grant has decided to remain in New England rather than discuss the vacant offensive coordinator job with the Raiders. He now officially will continue to stay in New England to help the development of Drake May. But that's all from Adam Schefter here. So a rumor from JP Football here is part of B. Pryor. Aaron Rodgers is quite more likely than not returning to the Steelers for the 2026 season. Rumors. The Colts aren't expected to let out Pierce, their receiver, reach free agency. You can even use the $28 million franchise tag on him, depending on how the negotiations go with Daniel Jones. What is happening? Cardinals quarterback Kyler Murray has interest in playing for the Vikings. Part to Phil Mackey. I have heard that he would be interested in playing for the Vikings. Oh yes, more mid at quarterback. Just what they need. So Max Crosby's relationship with the Raiders needs a lot of repairing, but it isn't past the point of no return. So we'll see, man, with Max Crosby. So from Adam Schefter, Ravens assessed head coach and passing game corner Aubrey Pleasant has been requesting an interview for the Raiders. Defensive corner Joe will be meeting with them today, a source said. The Seahawks will interview Arizona Cardinals pass game specialist Connor Singer for their offensive coordinator position, source told. Seahawks defensive pass game specialist and DB's coach Carl Scott, who's been in the mix for defensive corner jobs, including Arizona, is planning to stay with Seattle, so he's going to stay with Seattle. The Cardinals will retain Nick Raylis as defensive coordinator after a full search, source says. The Cardinals are hiring Michael Gobral as their new special teams coordinator. The Giants and John Harbaugh are retaining Charlie Bullen, who had pulled out remaining defensive coordinator searches and will add the title of run game coordinator to New York. Go New York, go New York, go. But yeah, that's all I have to say for the NFL. Let's move on. So, there's rampant speculation around the league. We're talking about NBA now. That LeBron could be heading home this summer to Cleveland for a, quote, retirement tour for the ages, per Band McMahon. That's probably what everyone's thinking is going to happen, most likely. So Kendrick Perkins says, you shouldn't tank for players like A.J. DeMonster. Do they have a generational talent in this draft? Fuck no. A.J. DeMonster's not doing anything different from what Brandon Miller was doing when he was at Alabama. This generation of media is incredibly cooked, man. He just mad ain't no one tanked for him when he played ball. Yes, Brandon Miller's a very good basketball player. He ain't generational, though. A.J. DeMonster's a generational player. Or, hell, he may not be generational, but he's a really good player. But I don't know, man. I mean, he's averaging 24 points per game on the season. And he's shooting like 54%, and his three-point percentage is like 37%. He just needs to really improve his free throw shooting a little bit more. But, I mean, he has a season high of where he scored 43 points and 36 in a recent game. So, I see generational here. He's averaging 24 points on 55% shooting. And he's only 19. So, yeah, I think he's generational, but you shouldn't trust Kendrick Perkins' opinion. Matt McClung really turned down millions of dollars to continue pursuing his NBA dream. Stephen A. Smith is, in quote, reportedly moving closer to a 2028 presidential run. And Stephen A. said, I'm giving strong consideration of being on the debate stage for 2027 running for the Democratic nomination. It's happening, folks. He's got to say some more. Or maybe it's just a troll for engagement. Pat Riley reportedly placed Jimmy Butler on the trading block after the 2023 finals. OKC reportedly has concerns about Utah tanking. It's been working through back channels to pressure the league into making the Jazz remain competitive. Gee, I wonder why. Seattle and Las Vegas are the frontrunners for expansion teams, with one current Western Conference team moving to the Eastern Conference. Doc Rivers believes he's in the Hall of Fame. Curry's probably gearing for a big playoff push. There's growing support for a potential rule that would freeze the draft lottery odds at a certain point of the season, meaning losses after that date wouldn't affect lottery positioning, per Kevin O'Connor. So free agent Malik Beasley has signed a deal playing Puerto Rico for Grammy award-winning artist Bad Bunny's team, Santos Crabbers. So he's going to play in Puerto Rico. The Raptors waived Chris Paul as expected, but then Chris Paul announces he's officially retiring from basketball. He's retiring from basketball after 21 seasons, ending a Hall of Fame career. So the Raptors waived him, and he's retiring. The NBA fined Utah $500,000. The Indiana Pacers $100,000 related to the management to their rosters for recent games tanking. So I believe that's all for basketball here. So let's move on. Right. So now let's move on to some of that wrestling. So Allegiant Stadium has announces WrestleMania 42 tickets. They will now be 25% off starting today till next Monday. Oh, now you can get to the biggest event of the year for a low cost of $1,500. The fact that they're already selling those for 20% off means that they'd be in a ton of trouble. That's probably still a lot of money. What's it gonna be? About $1,000 still? So, some stuff from Wrestling Observer here. So, there's reportedly said to be frustration within WWE Creative due to constant changing plans. One person noted that the company should be sticking to plans at this point. I mean, the injuries aren't helping the cause. They're just gonna but I still think they would find a way to fuck up WrestleMania. That's what happens when you make these choices like this every week. Where it's either clean finish or someone in a hoodie gets involved. But yeah, there's definitely frustration probably within WWE. So I don't know how true this is, but Brock Lesnar reportedly listed internally to face LA Knight. Yeah, at WrestleMania 42 as of late January. I'm not believing this from Dave Meltzer. But if this is the match, oh Lord. This can't be the match, man. It's got to be Oba Femi and Brock Lesnar. I think Dave Meltzer is just making up a bunch of bullshit. So advertised for SmackDown Night in Dallas. Jade Cargill versus Jordan Grace for the women's title. Rio versus Lash Legend Nia Jax for the tag titles. Cody versus Fatu versus Sammy for an Elimination Chamber qualifier. The other one for the women's, Elena, Julie, and Alexa Bliss. And then Rey Fenix versus Trick Williams. Chelsea Green's injury is legitimate as the bone is cracked and chipped on the side of her ankle. She isn't expected to be out extra long, but it will be longer than first thought. So that sucks. But she probably won't be out super long. So WWE, I think we already talked about Jade Cargill. Brown Breaker and Seth Rollins is said to be in jeopardy. That match probably ain't going to happen now. Let's move on to NASCAR to end it off here. So, Tom Majeski ended up winning the pole for the truck race tonight at Daytona. Michael McDowell's on the front row. Truck DNQs were Tony Bringer, Dorn Benning, Greg Van Alst, Tomasi, Carroll, Dowza, Hill, and Ram Provisional went to Minnie Tyrell. So, for Daytona, at coming up is the O'Reilly practice. Well, 4:30, but now it's 5. 5:35 Cup practice, 7:30 FS1 pre-race, 7:53 Truck Green Flag. So the honorary starter for the Daytona 500 is Bart Simpson, celebrating the 800th episode that airs Sunday night. What is happening? Now I'll go over the schedule for tomorrow. 10 on the CW app, O'Reilly qualifying, 12:15 Fox for the ARCA race, 3 FS1 final Cup practice, 4 on the CW pre-race, then 5:15 the green flag for the O'Reilly race, then Sunday 12:30 race day, then 3:13 the Cup green flag, 5% chance of rain today, 10% Saturday, then Sunday, 45% at 7 p.m., then 85%. So who knows if the race, what's going to happen Sunday? If it's going to be raced halfway, who knows? Chase Elliott and Joe Logano won their duels last night. Backup cars for the 500: Chastain, Suarez, Byron, and Busher. Could be more, maybe. I don't know. Anthony Alfredo got disqualified from some transaxle cooling hose issue, and BJ McLeod ended up making the 500 instead. So he cleared take and made the Daytona 500. But yeah, that's really all I'll say for this video for the news. So, leave a like, comment, subscribe for more. Check them out. Peace.